Oracle. What should they call her? What should they call her? Oracle. Hey, gang. Happy Monday or Tuesday. I'm a day behind. How is everybody doing today? We are going to get into some things. We're going to look at the energy. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to do this for all the elements. And then at the end, I'm going to take questions for those of you who are watching. When we get to the portion where I take questions, you must be a follower. Okay? So that's what we got going on. I hope everybody had a great holiday, however you may have celebrated it, or for whatever purpose you may have celebrated it. What's good, divine leaders? What's good, Mel? What's good, everybody coming on in? What's good, Shadowfly? Hey. Okay, so we're going to take a look. I feel like the energy has shifted. We have Saturn out of retrograde. We have Mercury out of retrograde. Neptune will be out of retrograde. What's good, sunshine, is my therapy, right? All this shit is like, it's coming into alignment. What's good? I'm not taking anybody right now. What's good? Entertain me, Miss Lotus Wisdom. Everybody's in the house. Hey. Okay, so we're gonna take a look. We're gonna see what's happening. There's shifts on the way. I know you can feel them. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Let me get an incense. Hold on. So I feel like there's a lot of shifts going on. I feel like something is on resuscitation. Okay? Let's talk about this Gemini new moon. Let's talk about the Gemini new moon. And I mean this in all seriousness. This Gemini new moon is going to be at 22 degrees. I should say, yeah, 22 degrees of Gemini. 22 degrees is the killer who killed degree. Right? And I was just saying that the opposition or that anti-energy or that chaos energy, or what some people might call the patriarchy, or that oppressive frequency is on life support right now. I know it may not seem like it because, you know, it's lashing out, it's thrashing about, right? Think of somebody who's drowning and how they would do anything to get air. That's what you're witnessing. Okay? So this is the week to not hold on tight. This is the week to let shit play out the way it's going to play out. Okay? This is the acceptance of the communication. On the 10th of December, just a couple days after this Gemini full moon, which is the last full moon of the year, right? Neptune retrograde comes to an end, which now we will be getting the closure. Thank you for the love, guys. The closure on what we knew, but we didn't want to see, on what we couldn't see, on what others couldn't see, on the realities of the situation. So that we can get past the blockages that Saturn had, that, you know, now we're in forward motion and all that knowledge has been communicated to us in the ethers. You see how it's coming around? Sagittarius season, which does control the ethers. I should have brought a lighter in here, right? So I feel like that's what's happening. What's good, April? You okay? Right? So that's what's happening. And we have to kind of be okay. My fan is blowing out my matches. We have to kind of be okay with accepting shit as it is, okay? Anam, please let's not start, okay? Honey, let's not start. Let's just enjoy. Okay? Let's just enjoy our time together. I'm in a good mood. Let's keep it like that. Okay? All right. So I am going to get a general card for all of us. What's good, Venus? I'm going to get a general card for all of us. Okay? And then we're going to get into the elements. Okay? Happy birthday, Sagittarius gang. Okay? So let's get a general energy for the collective. I look good. Thank you. Thank you, my love. Peaceful risings, yes. All right, let's see the general message for all of us who are watching now and those that will watch later. What is the message that they need for this week? Spirit, can you show me, please? Can you show me, please? What's the collective need to know? What's the collective need to know? Thank you. So, Hosio, beautiful way of, why do I play? Why do I come here and sit down in front of y'all every time and play like I'm going to be able to see this shit without my glasses? Why do I do it every time? I don't know. Let's see. Beautiful way of the Navajo. Okay. Lord have mercy. Okay, so let's look at the message. Number one, Hozo. Beautiful way of the Navajo. And this is fitting. And I'm going to tell you why. This is the last full moon of the year. Right? We're going to go into, this was a 9-year completion, right? Thank you guys for all the love. And then what's going to come? A number 1 year. You got number 1 card. We're already in preparation now that we're coming out of these retrogrades. Okay? Let's take a look. So all of the questions I will answer at the end of the readings for the elements. And then at that point, I'll take personal questions, and it has to be from followers, okay? You are my sacred earth child. I am your divine earth mother. With unconditional love, I provide all that you want and need so that you may fulfill your sacred destiny. We will always belong to each other. With abundance and generosity, I support you and reveal such divine beauty meant for you that joy and awe shall fill your soul. Relax now. It is time for you to be healed. And as I'm reading that, I'm actually seeing the calamity that we have been through this year. The deregulation of our nervous systems. The stress that we have been under. Right? And at the same time, I'm seeing this like completion energy. Okay, and we've talked a lot about the 100 monkey theories over here and about how we get, when humanity gets to a level of consciousness, we choose what energy we want to be in, positively or negatively, right? Okay, Spirit, thank you. I'll get back to that. And so what I feel like is a lot of the negativity that we went through this year was to shock the system and to make us recognize that we do not want this alternate option of going back in time. And that is coming full circle now. Okay, so back to the message of what Spirit said about resuscitation. And if you saw when I went to put the lid on, Spirit knocked the lid out of my hand. And it's because it wanted me to read the card on the bottom of the deck. Okay, number 3, Totemic Puma. Okay, so let's read that. Okay. And did I even read? I don't think I read the prayer. Let's see if there was a prayer for the other one. Okay, let me read the prayer for the first one, and then I'm going to give you the second message. Today I walk in connection with beauty. All darkness and evil depart. I am infused with beauty and peace. My thoughts and my words are beautiful. Nothing shall hinder my reverence and ease. I choose to walk in oneness with divine beauty. The children of earth are beautiful and blessed with wisdom. Care is given for all beings of the earth that are vulnerable and in need of divine protection. They play in the divine beauty. The young people of the earth are beautiful and blessed with wisdom. The flow of life energy is aligned with divine will and benefit all for the greatest good. They dance in the divine beauty. So in other words, to the grandparents of earth are beautiful and blessed with wisdom. Guidance is given and heeded to create harmony, peace, and beauty between all peoples and the earth. That rests in divine beauty. So Spirit said a lot of people are going to fall out before the end of the year because their frequency is not in alignment with the new reality. Okay? And yes, there will be tears that will be shed. What's good, Tawanda? Everybody coming in, hey, 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 right? But there is this preparation for the new frequency. Okay, so now let's go to number 3. I am power awakening. I am Puma. With you, I awaken with vigorous energy, fierce power, and the ability to act without hesitation when the moment is right. My patience and strategy, my preparation and my precision, my fearlessness and decisiveness are now your own. Allow my sacred medicine to fill your soul and bring courage to your heart. You have come into your power. So this year, the number 9 year was about us spreading our wings and coming into the power, that which we have been given. But this only came through the uncomfortable spaces. This came through the stillness. This came through the resilience. I bet you your fight looked different this year. I bet you your fight looked different this year. I bet you learned new techniques of survival that you didn't even think you had in you. I bet you your survival skills have improved. And it wasn't through action. It was actually through stillness, through reflection, through internal dialogue that you were having with yourself. Sometimes the most important dialogue is the monologue that you are having with yourself. Okay? And especially under this Gemini full moon, where the duality of self is being confronted, the mirror. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I feel very energized. We need to close this bitch out strong. Okay? We need to close this bitch out strong. It is important that we recognize that it was not to harm us. However, it was to free us from mindsets. What's good, Jennifer? Mindsets, limitations. A lot of us faced inner demons that had to do with like what you thought your limitations were. Like them shits is out the window right now. Right? Your limitations are as far as you set them. Okay? Your limitations are as far as you set them. All right? So if you can only see, a year ahead, that's what you're going to be looking at. I feel like survival Survival mode has been set aside. Okay? Survival mode has been set aside. You're trying to read lips. Okay. So, Sagittarius gang, happy birthday. I could feel the expansion energy. Okay. What do you want to expand? Do you want to expand your freedom and your consciousness? Now is the perfect time to set out your intentions for 2026. What do you want to see grow? Okay. So, Aries, Leo, and Sag, you're up. I feel like my blockage deck. Let me get the blockage deck. It's right here. Right here. Okay. Do I want these? Yes, I do. All righty. Let's go. Blockage deck. Spirit, what is the blockage for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius? Balance of the year. Spirit, show me. Balance of the year. You can hear now? Yay! Spirit, show me. Aries, Leo, and Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Change, occupation. Some of y'all are changing your jobs. Some of y'all could be changing internally departments. Gift and expectation. There's some kind of expansion happening for my fire signs. For some of you could have started a new job and you're meeting new circles, new people. Okay. Some of you might be having a little, like a trip to a casino. I saw that. But it just feels like there's a little luck be a lady tonight. Okay. So I feel like there's a little bit of energy around you right now that has to do with feeling lucky. Okay. Let's get you guys some tarot. I feel like fire signs, y'all been through some shit this year, especially my Aries gang. Okay, gang. Do you bang bang? I'll be outside with my gang. Right? So I feel that energy where y'all been through some shit. Hard frequency. All right. It feels as if there has been some resistance. I feel like you stayed the course, okay? And I feel like your frequency is starting to match something finally, okay? Aries here, my body is calling for me to go vegan. Yeah, and that's very possible right now. Lighten the load, and if you heard what I said that your body is getting in frequency, okay? Because it's not that you weren't putting in the work, but that your frequency was not in alignment with that what you wanted, okay? And I feel like that was causing a problem. Something, right? Spirit, can you show me one more, please? Thank you. At the bottom of the deck is a 9 of Cups, okay? So, wow, how you like me now? What if we were to discover, fire signs, that the blockage was internal? Don't fight me. You know how the saying goes, fight your mama, right? Here goes the 2 of Cups. Spirit's showing you, you're finally getting to the alignment frequency of what it is that you actually want. The reason why you couldn't do it, right? 10 of Wands. There was a lot of resistance, right? It felt like it was external. I'm sure it did, right? Because the universe and the divine will mirror. I just said, right? We're going to the Gemini full moon will mirror what we're not seeing, right? And why do I say that? Look at the 2 of Swords right there. I'm going to clarify all of these, right? But there's a truth, right? And what if I put the Ten of Swords in my back? And that means that, see, you might not see the beauty in that, but that means that the betrayal is not external. The call is coming from inside the house. That also means that you can have the Nine of Cups, right? That you can have that what you want, right? The Sun, right? All you got to do is decide. Okay? So we're going to take a look at it. We're going to clarify these bad boys. Spirit, why is this Two of Cups here in the upright for my fire signs? Okay? This is like good news. This is, wrapping up and saying, wow, like, I took out some big shit this year. I recognized some big things this year. I freed myself from some big demons this year. Look, Three of Swords in the bottom of the deck in reverse, okay? Queen of Wands under that. Do you see that? Spirit, why is the Two of Cups here? Two of Cups comes out with the Empress crossed. So the Empress, and I have said this before, and if you're a longtime viewer of mine, okay, you know that I say that the Empress is better than the Magician because, give me 1 second, guys. Hello? my mom's having surgery Monday, so I have to kind of take care of that. Okay, but let's get back to it. Aries, Leo, and Sag. You have the Two of Cups here, and the Empress is here crossed, right? So what I was saying is that the Empress is better than the Magician because the Magician needs his tools, but the Empress does not, right? All she needs is love. She has that power. Wherever she goes, things grow, things manifest. She is the perpetual womb, right? But you couldn't manifest something, okay, that was unattainable, and it had to do with your limiting beliefs or a frequency that you were not in alignment with. Thank you for the love. What's good, Avira? Right? So with the 10 of Wands coming out prosper, why is the 10 of Wands coming out cross here for my Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius? Please show me. So many obstacles, Saturn retrograde, probably the last 6 months that you felt like, damn, I don't really even know what direction to take action in. And when I do take action, I feel like I'm bumping up against agitation, restriction, limitations, right? Page of Swords, you see? Blockages, right? But that was to see the reflection of something that you were not noticing about self. Two of Swords, you see? Something you couldn't see, right? What is this, Spirit? This is about self-fulfilling prophecy. It could be connected to mother frequency, but it's more like childhood wounds. Okay? And these childhood wounds, they left a feeling of sadness or unworthiness or black sheep type frequency. Okay? And then you have the Ace of Swords here. Spirit, why is the Ace of Swords here for my fire signs? With the Five of Cups coming out cross, right? And so, this Five of Cups, look at the image real good. I'm going to show it to each camera. Okay, the Five of Cups, she's looking at the cups that are spilled, but she doesn't see the two standing behind her. She's too preoccupied with what she feels she doesn't have. Okay? And so I feel like that is talking about what it felt like in the moment when you realized that some of the things that were standing in your way this year was your perspective. Four Wands. And the 1111 card is here. This is peace, harmony. This is coming from inside. Just like this was coming, this opposition that you felt was external but was really internal, right? Now you're recognizing it. Like, oh, because of certain situations that I have placed within my vessel, right? That I have rooted in my physicality. I have caused myself blockages. But because I recognized that I was holding on to a frequency of sadness and that I wrapped myself in it, right? That also means that I can unwrap myself, right? And that these 10 of Swords, they don't have to be. It's not something that someone did, right? I carry them. Remember, if you've watched me before, you know that I always say that the 10 of Wands, each is a like an obligation of passion, something you felt passionately about. Everybody thinks passion just equates to sex, and that's not true. Okay, so it could be passionately part of your identity. In other words, I'm a fire sign, and when shit gets hard, I burn down the fucking opposition, and we'll see what's left standing when I burn this bitch down, right? but not everything needs to be addressed in that way. And so when you address things in that way, reflexively, you'll be reflexively met with the frequency that which you are. Five of Swords. And so thank you for the sparkles, right? And so basically you're creating a Five of Swords. What's good, sis? What's good, Tammy? Right? Basically you're creating a Five of Swords. You manipulate. Yes, you may be able to strong arm some situations, no doubt. I said I have an Aries stellium, right? Listen, I can strong arm a lot of shit, but there will be some opposition. Look how it shows you Five of Swords, and I'm talking about the strong arming, let's say like an Aries, right? And what's the opposite sign of Aries? Libra. What does Libra represent? Justice, right? So the balance, right? King of Swords, right? You know what puts out fire? Wind, right? So eventually you're going to run out of oxygen, fire sign. And what Spirit is showing you is that you would do much better if you learned how to harness it, if you learned where to put it, how to use it, when to use it. And that has to do with judgment. Okay? That has to do with judgment, which is at the bottom of the deck. Spirit, what's this about? I'm going to take these last three that was at the bottom of the deck. Seven of Pentacles, right? That what you were doing wasn't enough, okay? And that, you know, some of the things with the Sun here and the High Priestess, right? They could have been out of your ego without you recognizing it. Like I said, it could have become a badge of honor to be scrappy, right? To fight, right? But do you want to, you know, think about it. All my life I had to fight. Do you want to stay in that frequency? Do you want to? You can. But do you want to? Nine of Cups. Right? With the Knight of Pentacles. It might have took you a long time. Right? It might have took you a long time to absorb that what you really want is to be happy and to feel stable, more like the King of Pentacles, right? And maybe this stillness and this opportunity is gonna, it has let you know that everything doesn't have to be a fight. Everything doesn't. And some of the things, you know, you can take up space and you can be who you are unapologetically. You don't have to fight for it. Everything is not against you, fire signs. And I feel like that was what the overall message was for this 9 year, so that you can go into the new year free of that weight. Okay, so that's what I have for my fire signs. So that means earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, pull up. We are going to take a look at what is the obstacle for the balance of the year. Spirit, show me. What is the blockage? Thank you guys for all the love. What is the blockage for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for the balance of the year? I need to clean these glasses. Main male. Official person crossed. Mature woman in reverse and great fortune. Concern. Okay. Let me just clean these bad boys. All right. So this main male, I feel like you might be in your masculine energy. What's good, Maritza? I feel like you might be in your masculine energy right now. Official person is here crossed. You know, it's crazy. It's like, I feel like I'm seeing a little bit better without them today. Okay. So the official person crossed. There could be something, for those of you that are in a relationship, there's something that's slightly out of balance right now. It may not mean that you're in a bad relationship. That's not what I'm saying. But they could be having a situation versus your situation. You could be coming into alignment. They could be still lagging behind. Okay. Especially if this person is not spiritual like you. Okay. Now, in addition, this could just be representing other people around you, people at work, right? People you live with, right? That kind of situation. You also could have been trying to become that official person. Maybe you're still trying to build your career. Those kind of aspects feel like you still have room for self-improvement, right? With mature woman in reverse, there could be a feminine, this could be a mother figure, or something that has been having some problems, maybe medical, but it doesn't have to be. You could be facing some, much like the fire signs, some internal turmoil based on a feminine, right, situation you had with somebody around you. Okay, great fortune and concern. For some of you, this could be about inheritance, but for others of you, there's something here about stepping up. Let's say you work in an office. Let's say the office manager is a woman. Let's say this woman's been there for 30 years. Let's say you've only been there for 3. Let's say you know the office and there's a lot of things that you help this individual with, right? They know the ins and outs. They've been there for a long time. However, maybe you're more technical, right? Now, this person ends up in a situation. They go into the hospital, or they have to retire, or they're leaving because of a loved one. It feels like age related. And then you get an opportunity, great fortune, right? Although you may be concerned for this person, you could feel a particular type of way about, what this person is experiencing or what you may experience because of it. There could be new responsibilities on you. Okay. All of that. Let's take a look at what the tarot has for my earth signs. Spirit, can you show me what the earth signs need to know, please? Earth signs, what the earth signs need to know. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, please. My earth signs need to know. Thank you, Maritza. What do the earth signs need to know? That was the 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Spirit, can you show me? 9 of Cups tape just came out. Can you show me, please? 4 of Staffs, which is the 11-11. 4 of Cups. The King of Cups coming out cross. Somebody is having a hard time emotionally. Okay. And the Page of Swords. There is a blockage. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay. There could be a feminine, an ex-wife, or maybe you're a little abrasive about something. Hierophant is here. This is Taurus. Okay. And the 6 of Wands. Spirit's telling you to have hope and faith about something. I feel like you do get a positive outcome. I haven't even clarified these cards yet. But there may be some energy of resistance right now. Maybe you have a lot on your plate. Let's take a look. Spirit, glad you got back in time for Earth. Let's see, Spirit. Can you show me for my Earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, please. Earth, please. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Can you show me, please? Bottom of the deck, 4 of Swords. This is a healing frequency. This 4 of Swords can also be the minor arcana of the Death card. Okay, that could be, some things around healing or losing somebody. Like I'm a Taurus, right? I lost my father this year, right? 9 of Cups is here, Spirit. Why is this? Comes out with the Knight of Wands. Okay, you might a little bit like low key, like just like, yo, can I just like, I want to run butt naked. I want to just be free. I want to be free of responsibility. I just want a weekend off or something like that. Death card. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, you could have restrictions on you. Okay, Five of Cups. It could feel heavy. Okay, you could be trying to manifest something lighter. Five of Pentacles. Okay, Ace of Swords. You could really feel a lot of weight on you right now. Okay, I feel like there's a push-pull for what you want to experience versus what you are experiencing. I feel like my earth signs understand, like, you know, I'm hearing like, so I actually heard two nursery rhymes. So the first one was, all work and no play make Jack a dull boy, right? But then there's something, and I couldn't hear the second one clearly. It was like something about you do the work before you enjoy the rewards. So that's very Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, right? So it feels like you understand that you're in a season of service or production or but yet you can't wait for a fucking break is what I feel. Okay, so the Four of Staffs is here. Spirit, why is the Four of Staffs here? With the Page of Cups, okay? Just a touch of love, a little bit, right? I feel like you're trying to fill your cup, okay? You may have to be taking small, increments. You may not have that big break that you want, right? With the Two of Wands, okay? I feel like you're prioritizing, feels very much like a prioritizing energy. What's good, Leah Lou? Yay! Okay, so you got the Four of Cups here. And, I feel like there's something, number 9 here, right? You're like, I just want to complete this. I want to, shore up the bullshit. It's been a rough year, right? It wasn't the year I requested. However, want to finish up strong. I said that, right? For the Fool, for the new beginning. However, there's a lot of unknowns with the new beginning, and it's a little scary to you. King of Swords, it's making you a little sharp, a little edgy. You're not fucking around. Three of Wands, you are forward thinking. Earth signs, justice. I feel like the divine wants to bring you something. Okay? Especially for my earth signs that pulled back. I feel like this pullback happened in Scorpio. This pullback, it feels like you did some like inventory. Okay? It's giving live and let live. Okay? So there might have been something you needed to release, earth signs. Y'all know, listen, I'm an earth sign too, right? That shit is not easy. It's not for the weak, right? We'll be ready to like, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we have a vision of what we think. Right? And I feel like there was a step back. Okay? This King of Cups comes out crossed, okay? There's somebody's emotional, right? This year was hard on everybody, not just y'all, right? So the King of Cups, Spirit, why is the King of Cups here crossed? And it could be attached to the father figure. I'll be a father figure, put your tiny hand in mine. Or this could be related to something to do with that. But this also could be like, let's say you're dealing with a masculine in a relationship, male or female. We're talking about frequency. This could be your boss. This could be your brother. This could be your son. This could be all that shit, right? Spirit, can you show me, please? What's this about? What's with this King of Cups coming out cross, please? What is this about? It comes out with the Nine of Swords. Somebody is in burnout mode. And maybe you feel like that too, but I feel like there's somebody around you who's even more in burnout mode. Okay, Six of Cups. Through the fire, right? And this feels like somebody needs to take a vacation. Maybe you and that person. Okay, maybe right now the situation doesn't allow for that with the Wheel of Fortune. This might just be like, oh, we need, I don't got no more days, or you got a lot going on. I got a lot going on. Our schedules don't match up, or right? The boss, let's say it's the boss. You got a lot going on with that person. Ace of Wands, there could be a lot of passion to continue the program, right? Let's finish up strong, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. Three of Cups, there's been a build-up to an event. Okay? Page of Swords, it may feel like, it feels like it's upon you now. Okay? So if you guys heard me, like I'm trying to help my mom, she's got a surgery coming up, and we've been in play for this for like 3 months. Okay? So this is a prime example of that, right? All the preparation that goes into something like that, and all the obstacles that you would encounter to get something done. Okay? Page of Swords comes out here with the Four of Pentacles and the Strength card. Okay? There's something unknown here. Okay? There's something unknown. There's a blockage. Okay, with the Four of Pentacles and the Strength card, I feel like you've been trying to hold back. I feel like this is that live and let live. This is a new perspective. This is also you trying to maybe save money. Okay, but it doesn't just have to be money. This could be energy. This could be trying to, I made it through the rain, kept myself protected, right? Strength card, okay? Barely crossing the finish line. Seven of Cups. Okay? This also could be you playing it safe because you don't know what's in the cups. Okay? King of Swords. Okay? I feel like you have crossed the T's, dotted the I's type shit, and you're becoming the Emperor with the Six of Wands here. Okay? You got the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Let's look at why. Spirit. Why is yes, please do hit the like button, gang. Why is the Queen of Swords here, please? Queen of Swords comes out with the Six of Swords and the Moon. I like it. I like it a lot. Let me tell you why. You've had some reticence about something. It feels like you were cautious, like you didn't know how something was going to turn out. You try to play it safe. I feel like you try to do the right thing. Do me, baby, right? I feel like there were other options. You could have, like I said, could have bucked up, did it strong arm, right? I feel like you didn't. However, you were the Queen of Swords. Don't play with me. I got these deadlines. I'm serious about the bullshit. Don't get out of hand. I got to run a tight ship here. Okay, Six of Swords and the Moon. I feel like we're going to get your wish fulfillment. Okay, for the Faith. Okay, for the Six of Wands comes out again. Okay, now the Seven of Swords is here. I feel like the Seven of Swords is something that you already experienced. I'm going to give you an example. All through this process, there were some no's or some obstacles. I feel like those were tests. I feel like that you didn't give in to them. And because you didn't give in to them, you stood the path. You did the right thing. You didn't roughshod anybody. But you were 10 toes down. It was like a test from the divine to see, like, will you really stay with it? Will you really do it, though? And I feel like you did. Okay? You got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Okay? I feel like this is good. All right? For the balance of the month, and especially this full moon, Gemini full moon. Spirit is saying it's very important that you look at what you were in alignment with before, or how you view situations maybe 6 months ago versus how you see them now. Look how far you come. You might be thinking like, I have so much further to go. Wrong lens, babe. Where'd you start the year at? How fucked up was your nervous system? How do you have some stillness now? Are you overcoming that? Are you recognizing your superpowers? Okay? So Spirit doesn't want you looking so far ahead. They want you to look back. How'd you do? Huh? Huh? I feel like you're about to get rewarded for that. Okay? So that's what I have for my earth signs. Air. What's good, Air? Let's go. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Pull up. Let's see what Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius need to know? Spirit, can you show me what are the challenges for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. North Node as well. Spirit, can you show me what is the challenge for my air signs? What's good, T? Spirit, can you show me, please? What is it that my air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius community, message of concern, thief, and courtship? Mature woman. You have somebody looking out for you. Okay? I feel like there was something in the blind spot that you couldn't necessarily see because it took you a little bit off the guard. Like, oh, I was sending all this other shit. I didn't even pay attention to that. You're welcome, honey. With the message of concern, I feel like that's that information. Some kind of information could have came to you during the Mercury retrograde. I feel like there was a shift or somebody wants something you have. This also could be something that you didn't necessarily know you wanted. Okay? You may have only, this feels like something that you could have taken for granted. And I don't even mean that in a bad way. Like, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you live close to your father, right? But you don't really see that person a lot because they're your father. What's to worry about? Of course, is your father, right? And then something comes up and your cousin comes from out of town. She says she's going to stay with your dad for a little bit. And you go by and you're like, hey, Dad, how you doing? And you see that he's heavily reliant on your cousin. And you're like, I'm feeling some kind of way, right? Where you had that opportunity to spend that time, right? It could just be showing you something that you want more of that you didn't know you wanted more of, is my feeling. Okay? This could be romantically, but it doesn't have to be. Okay? So I feel like there's something that's showing you what to pay attention to. Okay? Mature woman is at the bottom of the deck. Okay? So this could be you maturing, or this could be something you're realizing about a relationship or something that you want more of. Or you may feel like because somebody else is paying something attention to something, you want that. Okay? Spirit, can you show me, please? What is it that Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius need to know right now? What does Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius need to know? Nine of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. I think all of the readings so far have had the Nine of Cups. This is about wish fulfillment. This is about completion. This is about full circle. Spirit, can you show me? You have the Knight of Coins, okay? Then you have the Knight of Swords. Spirit, why? Catching the cradle on the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, yeah. You know we have a good time then. There was something you couldn't see or you weren't looking at, okay? Knight of Coins, Spirit, why is that here? Temperance and the Knight of Coins in the upright. Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I think you felt like there was something that needed to be put off, or there was something else that was more important at the time. Okay. You could have been trying to, let's say you're married, using the same story, like your father lives close by, right? You've been, maybe you have a kid, your career, your own unit, right? And there's always been a thing of we'll get to it. We'll get to it. This could be a sibling. I'm going to spend time with my sibling, but I don't have time. I have to tend to my family. I'm trying to finish school. I'm trying to do this, right? Knight of Swords. Why is this here? Knight of Swords with the Queen of Swords. There's something here about tension. Spirit wants you to pay attention what agitates you, because is what agitates you what somebody's doing or what you didn't do? Queen of Cups. I feel like ooey gooey, soft and chewy. I feel like something inside is making you emotional. However, you don't really like that part. So you're like, how do I think I feel about this? You get on my fucking nerves. If you wasn't doing that, I wouldn't feel like this, right? So it's something like that. It's something like that. Okay. 7 of Wands, Spirit wide. With the 9 of Pentacles, okay? I feel like it took you a while to build some independence. And I don't mean necessarily financial, although it could be that too. This independence feels like individuality. Maybe you come from a family with many siblings or whatever, but there's something about finding your own path. And I feel like you have been exploring that. Okay. But also taking the road less traveled could make you feel a little left out in the cold. Okay. That's really the energy I'm feeling with the 9 of Pentacles here. Again, Spirit, why is the 9 of Pentacles here again? Okay. With the 10 of Cups crossed. Okay. You might feel that while you've been away, or while you have been cultivating yourself, right? That there's something here about not being loved or loved as much. High Priestess, okay? 8 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. Spirit tells you that it's never too late to put in the work to build family, generational wealth, and legacy. Okay, and that there has to be some kind of internal knowing here. With the 9 of Wands, I feel like you've been resistant to something. Okay, and it could make you emotional in some way. Okay, you got the Sun and the Moon. I feel like in this last month, you coming into balance. Okay, by hook or by crook. Okay, so get dragged or get there of your own free will because it's coming. It's happening. Okay, babes, it is happening. The Sun, Spirit, why is the Sun here for my air signs? Can you show me? Hierophant, okay? And then you have the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords crossed, okay? There's a balance of being unapologetic and yet feeling the blockage. And this could be you and the other person, okay? There could have been some broken communication for quite some time. Some of you could have went home for Thanksgiving and this brought about like a new experience or like a new realization about what it is you want, especially in the realm of family life, okay? With the Moon here, Spirit, why is the Moon here? Something was enlightening to you, okay? The Moon and the Chariot, I feel like this is giving you the freedom and the inspiration to go in the direction that you want. 4 of Cups, Spirit. And this could have been something you thought you didn't want, but the 6 of Cups, okay? 4 Cups and the 6 of Cups makes 10 of Cups, okay? This has something to do with like family, okay? Love, right? And the Tower, Spirit, why is the Tower here? Why is the Tower here? With the 2 of Wands. And you may have the realization like I have to make the choice, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, you could be feeling like time is of the essence right now. 5 of Swords, okay, you could even feel like you shortchanged yourself out of something. Okay, let's say you're at a job that makes you fucking miserable, air signs. Okay, and you could be realizing like, I've stayed past my expiration point here. I have to find something else because I don't like this. I don't like this job anymore. I can't collaborate here. I can't manifest here, but I can't necessarily leave without something. But I feel like you may look at this as like, oh, look what's happening. But Spirit's like, no, you're being freed again. Okay, you're being freed now that you have the knowledge of something that you really do want. You can change your course. Okay, something that you thought wasn't as important is hella important right now. And that's okay. Don't feel as if somehow you made a mistake because you didn't recognize. No, because at that time, that wasn't the priority. And you are perfectly within your right to change your priority right now. It's okay. Okay. And I feel like there's going to be somebody who's supportive of that energy, who's welcoming. You may feel like they won't be, but I feel like they will. Okay, so that's what I have for my air signs. And now we're going to get into water, which is the last element for today. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, pull up. Okay, and this will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Spirit, can you show me for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Show me, please. Expectation, mature man, and despair. Great fortune at the bottom of the deck. So there could be something that's changing that you thought would be in a particular way. Okay, for everybody's going to be different. So this could be like, let's say you have a very close relationship with a masculine in your family. This person could be of perfect health, and then all of a sudden they have a health scare, and it shakes you up. Okay, but there's some kind of news about a masculine that's important to you. And you may have some concerns in regards to this person. This could even be an ex. Okay? And it doesn't mean that you want to be with them, but it also could mean that you're concerned about their health, or they have a health scare or something. Spirit, can you show me, please? Water. Seven of Coins, Page of Wands crossed. Okay, so they've made some negative choices. Queen of Wands in the upright. High Priestess. Okay, this could be something that you told them, like, hey, you need to take care of yourself. Or, okay, you could also, let's say this isn't a medical issue. Let's say that this is somebody who makes bad choices and they do things that work against them. Okay, Hangman, you could have asked the divine for this person to have some type of intervention. You could have been saying, oh, I wish this person would see that they have a gambling problem, or I wish that this person would stop drinking, or I wish this, and the third. Or this could be them saying this to you. But either fucking way, I feel like the High Priestess energy here tells me that the divine was listening, and that maybe somebody was being hard-headed and something has happened that to cause the realization of something. That energy could feel a little heavy right now, water signs, okay? Spirit, but I feel like there was something that needed to be seen, okay? And that is why, Spirit, why is the Seven of Coins here? Something doesn't have enough, okay? But it's being exposed for not having enough because a situation needs to get better, okay? What's the Seven of Coins here for? What's the Seven of Coins here for? Can you show me what's the Seven of Coins here for? Okay, something has been blocked, or maybe you've been trying to have this conversation or something. Spirit, what is the Seven of Coins here? What is the Seven of Coins here, please? Three of Wands coming out crossed with the Devil, the Strength card, and the King of Pentacles. There's somebody who doesn't take care of themselves physically, mentally, emotionally. They feel like they could just have toxic habits, do what the fuck they do, and live, just living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you, right? Straight card and the King of Pentacles, and I got the money and I can do what the fuck I want, and I'm the boss that pays the cost, right? The King of Wands, like I said, and I'll take action the way the fuck I see fit, right? And the Page of Wands, but the universe is like, no, you're not well enough for that. You fucking think you are, but you're not 25 anymore. And so going out to the bar all weekend ain't going to do any good for you, or, gambling away your paycheck, or, right? Whatever this may be. Right? Page of Staffs. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this Page of Staffs, please? What is this? Comes out with the Page of Swords. The universe got to shut it down. Universe got to shut it down. We got to show you what you're doing with your bad decisions that we keep trying to show you, but you don't want to fucking listen. So we're going to do it in a way where we're going to shut it down. Right? Six of Cups. Right? And make you recognize some shit. Right? From back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I really wish I was a kid again. Right? There's a realization. Queen of Staffs. This person, let's say this isn't you. Let's say this is somebody around you, and you know that this person, getting two storylines, I'm telling you, okay? So this person, let's say this is a father, brother, even a husband, right? And then they become very reliant on you. Maybe you've been taking care of yourself, and so they become very reliant on you. However, if this person is like a drinker, gambler, and they're very opposed to being told that there's anything wrong. And then you have the Tower coming out crossed with the Queen of Wands. Okay, so they may have, rather than taking advice, they may have sought out somebody that makes them feel younger and all that aspect, and thinking that wouldn't come out, but that could be the thing that does them in or something, or causes, right, some kind of reveal, Tower moment. You have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It causes some type of conflict. Something is it is coming out to the forefront with the High Priestess Spirit. Why? High Priestess with the star crossed, okay? Spirit had to use the universe in a way to get you to see something, or this person to see something that they wouldn't see. Okay? Somebody could be living like they young again, or they could have went to somebody that makes them feel young again, okay? And the Knight of Wands, okay? And Eight of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles. So for some of you that might be in a committed relationship, you could have found out that your partner is going through some type of midlife crisis, and that leaves you to make decisions. And if you were already telling that person that they needed to straighten up and fly right, and then they did something that is almost makes it worse, right? You may be having to make a choice. Here's the Lovers, okay? The Lovers card always means a choice. Spirit, why is the Lovers card here for my water signs? It comes out with the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Hangman. You are reconsidering the type of relationships and whom you have them with. Who do I want to collaborate with? Do I want to continue to collaborate in this situation? Is there an opportunity here for another perspective? Right? Queen of Swords. I feel like you're being, hermit. You may walk away from this alone. Because you may know with this High Priestess card here that what this person is saying is like a short-term response. Like, of course, it's always been you. I made a mistake, but you might be thinking like, yeah, but you've been making this mistake. I told you ahead of time, right? Something has to be let go of. It's time for me to manifest something new. Okay. It feels like something is being revealed. Okay. And as well, there's a grand water trine that was happening and will be happening again as you know, Saturn is still in Pisces. It hasn't entered Aries yet, right? And Scorpio is Mercury is in Scorpio, walking back into Sagittarius, right? And then Cancer, you've got Jupiter, right? So you see how there's all this. It's like a lucky break that maybe doesn't feel as lucky. Okay, but it's for a realization so that you can see a situation with clarity and you can go into the 1 year free. And I feel like that's what all the signs have been working on. Today, all the readings had something to do with a clean slate. Okay, water signs, I feel like your clean slate hinges on whether you can recognize this as an opportunity rather than a punishment. Okay, this is freeing so that you can see something as it is, not how you want it to be. And because of that freedom, you get to overcome something and choose the direction that would align you with that which you most want. Okay, that's what I have for my water signs. I will take a few questions. Drop it like it's hot. Okay, give you guys a couple of minutes. You must be a follower. If you want a mini read on TikTok, you can send a money gun. For those of you on YouTube, if you want a mini read instead of just a card, you can send a $5 super chat. Okay. Will my interview go well for me today? Let's see. Live Vegas. How are you? That is my agency. I love Go Live Vegas. They can help you with any kind of problems you're having with your TikTok account. Give them a follow. Spirit, can you show me? Can you show me, please? Spirit. So there is a new beginning here, but there could be some delays, okay? 4 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. I feel like there's something that you hear in this that you're like, I'm not sure about that. But I feel like in the end, you actually like it, okay? So just hold on, but there may be a delay. They may be like, okay, so we're going to finish this, the background check, to this, to that, the third, 2-3 weeks, right? You could be pressed, right? So, but I feel like it is going to go good, okay? That's what I feel. All right. Anybody else? Give it a couple of minutes because a girl like me will go eat lunch with a quickness. Welcome. You are so welcome. I'll give it another minute. I have to actually run to the store and get some cat food and that. And I think I want to fry some fish tonight. So I need to get some fish fry and breading, some cornmeal. And that's about it. Okay, my loves. I am going to skate for my Patreon. I'll pull a card for you Divine. For my Patreon, we will most likely do Coffee Corner tomorrow morning. Sorry, I've been crazy. Yeah, you wait till tomorrow. Okay. Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, Divine Leaders. I feel like you might have been feeling short of something, or you could have been worried about the holidays, okay? But I feel like something, you're going to get an opportunity or a major gift or something. This could be from a masculine, or this could be like, let's say you have, kids and the father doesn't come around a lot, but then this year he shows up with something, or this could be a masculine from your side or whatever. Okay, this could even be an offer from work, okay? But I feel like something, is going to come into alignment for you, okay? Yeah, and you manifested this, okay? That's what I have for you. Anybody else? Because I'm out of here. Give it another second. I have a couple stores I have to hit. All right, I think that's my cue. I never get an early day. Let me find out. All right, guys. I will see you guys later. Yes, I will stay blessed and blissful. I have a bunch of shit I got to do anyway. I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Bye, guys. Bye, my loves. You're welcome.